Hey you guys, it's Ducky440 here. We're here to review my controller, the Elite Series 2 by Microsoft, the Xbox controller. I'm going to be going over my pros, my cons, do I think you should buy it, the price point, all of these things. So just stick around. Here's my full review on it. I've had this controller for about 2 years. However, it is now time that we have to replace her. If you want any more information or like this video, please comment, share, follow, subscribe, all of the things, and let's get into it. So to start off, we're going to compare and contrast this controller with a regular standard Xbox controller. The Elite Series 2 weighs in at 345 grams as opposed to a regular Xbox One controller that weighs in at 278 grams. I personally don't like this. I don't like how heavy the controller is, so to me that is a con. We're going to go into the batteries, okay? The nice thing about the Elite Series 2 is that you have the rechargeable battery built into the controller for up to 40 hours of gameplay. This is a huge pro. I only charge my controller maybe once every other week, as opposed to dealing with those stupid battery packs on the regular controllers. The Elite Series 2 comes with a braided wire cord that's 9 feet long. That's a huge pro and it's super durable. I've never had any issues with it. Other great thing about this controller is that you can get up to 1,000 hertz of pull rate, which is great for responsiveness for this controller. However, I will tell you that I have experienced latency when using this controller in Bluetooth. It's not that much, but it's recognizable, so the long cord helps a ton. Another pro is the adjustable tension thumbsticks. You can customize the tension for better control and precision, which is always a huge plus. Another pro is the interchangeable components. You can tailor the controller with different thumbsticks and D-pads. However, I will tell you that if you drop this controller, your thumbsticks will be rolling across the floor. So make sure you pay attention when you drop it because the magnets are not super strong on the thumbsticks and sometimes the paddles will also fall off too. My problem with the paddles on this controller is that my hands are physically very small, so it makes the paddles almost completely unusable. Your pointer fingers, your thumbs, and your middle fingers are your strongest fingers when using a controller. So having to use my ring fingers and my pinkies is just not suitable for me. Onto the short hair trigger locks. These are awesome because the faster fire with reduction in trigger travel for a quicker response time. So, the shorter the trigger, the faster you shoot. The longer the trigger, the longer it takes for you to shoot. My con for the triggers and the bumpers is I personally feel like they're slippery. One of my absolute favorite features of this controller is that you can actually set up a customizable profile for the way that you play your games individually and have them just one button click away. The nice thing about this is that say you play Arc Raiders completely different than you play Call of Duty or Skyrim, you can set up your mapping, your triggers, everything individualized within 3 profiles and just have them ready to go. Now, I'm not really going to go into the Xbox accessories app. I will say it's pretty straightforward, easy to use. If you would like a tutorial on how to use this application, just drop a comment down below. Again, if you could please just take a moment, like, comment, share, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. Finally, let's talk about durability. After 2 years of using this controller almost daily for about 8 hours a day is what my average came to, this controller has been used, abused, dropped, and has gone through normal wear and tear everyday usage. This controller is marketed as super durable. However, I will tell you that within the first 3 to 4 months of using this controller, the grips started peeling. And within the first year, thumbsticks rounded off. And also hitting just about the 2-year mark, the stick drift is out of control. I no longer can use this controller. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. For me, this controller has been re-glued multiple times in multiple different areas. Finally, I'm going to rate this controller on durability, customization, and ease of use, okay? So, for me, on durability scale, it's an 8 out of 10. For customization, I'm going to say it's a 9 out of 10. I do think that there might be something better out there somewhere that might be a little bit more customizable for the way that I personally play. For how easy it is to use, because of the application and everything else, and having to like learn, what fits, what doesn't fit, and how long it takes to kind of really get my controller to where I want it to be at and how I want to use it, I'm going to rate it out as 7 out of 10. So my overall rating for this controller is an 8 out of 10. Lastly, this controller will run you about $200. If you're just starting out looking for a higher end controller and wanting to move into something that's a little bit better, then yeah, absolutely, I think that this would be a great controller for you. And with that, I absolutely love this controller. It was a great controller to use. However, your girl is looking for a new controller. So please drop your favorite controller down in the comments.